The 2023 golf season was a roller coaster ride for Rory McIlroy. While he put together some electrifying performances and finished nearly at the top of the rankings, he also had some lackluster finishes, like being tied for 98th in the Players' Championship. But this made McIlroy's journey that much more entertaining. Today on Good Bogey Golf, we're teeing off into Rory McIlroy's 2023 year, from the heated Joe Lacava incident on the greens of the Ryder Cup to his controversial decision with the PGA Tour. We will cover all the highlights from this year. We'll also peek into what 2024 might hold for this golfing superstar. So without further ado, let's dive into the world of Rory McIlroy. To kick things off, let's talk about the numbers and moments that defined Rory's 2023. Starting with the biggies, Rory clinched 3 significant victories this year. First 2 were the CJ Cup in South Carolina and the Genesis Scottish Open, but the latest win in the Dubai Desert Classic helped round out a decent season for him. While he had his moments, let's be honest here, he's had better years before, and it's not quite the level of golf we're used to seeing from him. That being said, the win at the Dubai Desert Classic put him first in DP World Tour and kept him as world number 2 in the overall rankings. Otherwise, there was a chance Jon Rahm would have taken the second spot with points being up for grabs. However, the majors were a mixed bag for Rory. McIlroy missed the cut at the Masters, tied at 7th at the PGA Championship, and was 2nd at the US Open. And while the US Open gave us some heart-stopping moments, Rory would like to forget the ending. Finishing just 1 stroke behind Wyndham Clark, it's one he would love to have back. But that's golf for you. Exciting one moment, heartbreaking the next. But hey, it wasn't all near misses. Rory was a force to be reckoned with at the Ryder Cup. He was the top point scorer for Team Europe, pulling in an impressive 4 points from 5 matches. And this performance was a redemption song for Rory, especially after his tough time at Whistling Straits. Next, let's talk stats. Rory's consistency was decent this year. He racked up 13 top 10 finishes across the PGA and DP World Tours. So while he may not have put together his best year, it shows he's always in the mix, always a threat to take that top spot. His average score, a 68.8, not bad. Reflecting on his season, Rory gave himself a 7 out of 10. Way to play it safe there, buddy. But still coming in 2nd overall in the season is no small feat. It's just that we expected a little more from him. Missing out on the US Open win was a huge sting, but Rory's not one to dwell on the past, which brings us to his biggest highlights this year, the Ryder Cup. This was more than just a tournament for Rory, it was an emotional roller coaster. After a challenging and controversial Saturday where he and Matt Fitzpatrick faced a tough loss against Patrick Cantlay, Rory did what champions do best. He bounced back with a vengeance. Why did he have so much fire under his belt? Well, Rory McIlroy's usually cool composure was tested in an unexpected clash with Joe Lacava, Patrick Cantlay's caddy. The tension peaked during a high-stakes match on Saturday where Rory and Matt Fitzpatrick were pitted against Cantlay and Wyndham Clark. In the final shot, after Cantlay drained a match-winning putt to give the US team life heading into singles, Cantlay's caddy, Joe Lacava, waved his hat in celebration, which struck a nerve with Rory, describing it as the angriest he's ever been on a golf course. Rory's reaction was a rare display of raw emotion. Who knew he could actually get mad? After the match, Rory, reflecting on the incident, expressed his disappointment with Lacava's celebration, hinting at a breach of the sport's unwritten rules of respect and sportsmanship. But this incident isn't what fueled his fire the next day. Facing off against Sam Burns on the final day, he was a man on a mission, clinching the match 3-1. As Rory sealed the deal, his emotions poured out. We saw him kiss the ground, tears in his eyes. A raw, powerful moment that just showed how much this meant to him. It was a personal victory. Rory's stellar performance was key in Europe's 16.5 to 11.5 win over Team USA. Contributing a career-best 4 points, he was without a doubt the best player on Team Europe. By far, this was one of his best performances all year. Now, shifting gears off the greens, Rory has been heavily involved with the PGA Tour for the past 2 years as the player's director. This role hasn't come without its challenges. In the middle of the 2023 season, a significant off-the-course incident involved a heated exchange with PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan. This clash centered around the controversial merger between the PGA Tour and the Saudi Arabia-backed LIV Golf. Publicly, McIlroy had expressed support for the merger, seeing it as a financial safeguard for the sport's future. However, behind closed doors, tensions flared during a players' meeting at the Canadian Open. McIlroy, an initial critic of LIV Golf, found himself in a fiery debate with fellow golfer Grayson Murray. The discussion escalated quickly, with Murray reportedly telling McIlroy to F off. after McIlroy's blunt advice to just play better. This exchange highlighted the deep divisions within the golf community over the merger and the direction of the sport. The PGA Tour's decision to merge with LIV Golf after a prolonged period of bitterness and division in the golf world was met with mixed reactions from players. Many felt betrayed by Monahan's lack of transparency, with feelings of being backstabbed and used. This feeling was confirmed by many players at the meeting, reflecting the emotionally charged atmosphere surrounding the merger. Monahan himself expressed regret over not informing key stakeholders about the deal beforehand. He acknowledged the need to own up to any perceived hypocrisy, emphasizing the strategic importance of the merger for the PGA Tour's future. In other words, they don't want to bleed any more money. But ever since the proposed merger between the PGA Tour, LIV Golf, and DP World Tour, several delays have stretched the deadline to the 31st of December 2023. The agreement, which was first announced in June, is under investigation by the U.S. Justice Department over antitrust concerns. So whether or not this will take place is still to be determined. But what is not to be determined is Rory McIlroy's role with the PGA. Rory McIlroy's recent announcement of resignation from the PGA Tour's board has raised several questions about his role and the future direction of the tour. This resignation was announced during a press conference in Dubai ahead of the DP World Tour's Championship. His decision was described as difficult and attributed to professional and personal commitments. One could say that, or maybe LIV had something to do with it. His resignation comes 5 months after the PGA Tour entered into a framework agreement with the Saudi Public Investment Fund, the backers of LIV Golf, to form a joint company. McIlroy had previously been vocal in supporting the PGA Tour during its battle with LIV Golf, but later acknowledged the shifting dynamics in professional golf and the potential benefits of the investment. Could it be that he's still not a fan of LIV? Or is he just tired of being the PGA whipping boy who gets all the hate from the players? His departure from the board could be seen as a culmination of these events and a reflection of his desire to focus more on his playing career and his personal life rather than being involved in the administrative and political aspects of the sport. It's not like he was making any big decisions anyway, so it's probably a better move for him. As we look ahead to 2024, Rory McIlroy's future both on and off the golf course seems to be taking a thoughtful and strategic turn. At 34, McIlroy is planning for what could be the latter part of his career at the top of the game. With him reflecting on his season and ranking a 7 out of 10, you know he's going to come out swinging next year with revenge. As for the structure of professional golf, McIlroy sees a need for change. He envisions a perfect golf calendar that might look different from the current setup, suggesting potential modification to enhance the sport's appeal and accessibility. So, Rory McIlroy's 2024 outlook is a blend of personal planning and professional ambition. He's setting up for a future that balances family life with his ongoing passion for golf. On the course, his focus remains sharp, aiming to continue his legacy as one of the sport's greats. Off the course, his involvement in shaping the future of golf highlights his commitment to the sport's overall well-being and growth. As we move into 2024, McIlroy's journey will be one to watch, both for his performances and his influence on the game's evolution. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, check out our other videos. And that is another round of Good Bogey Golf, golf for busy people, where we've got your back, keeping you in the loop no matter how tight your schedule is. Don't forget to swing that like button, share this video with your fellow golf enthusiasts, and subscribe to our channel for your quick and easy golf updates. Remember, time may be short, but the game is long. Stay ahead of the curve with Good Bogey Golf. Thanks for watching, keep your eye on the ball, and we'll see you next time.